Hey everyone, it's Kirby with Rooted and Rising. I just wanted to show y'all kind of a weekday dinner idea. So we're gonna do a Cajun chicken and rice skillet for tonight. Let's see how to make it. So with my ingredients today, I have one andouille sausage link that was already pre-packaged. I got that out, cut it into some rounds. I have a package of 2 chicken breasts. I have a thinly sliced green bell pepper, red bell pepper, and half of a yellow onion. I also, just for extra flavor, went ahead and got some lemon. I cut one in half. I'll show y'all what we're going to do with that later. That's going to add a little extra depth of flavor to this dish. Then I also have some white rice. Use any rice you have. I think this one is basmati rice. That's what my family likes, and it cooks the best for me. But all of these ingredients put together, it's going to make something really special. Something that is easy to make for your family, that doesn't take a whole lot of labor or time, and that is almost, I say almost, a one-pot dish. First thing we're going to do is get that sausage into that pan. We're going to look for a really nice color on those. That'll also get some of the oil out of that for extra flavoring later down. Now we have a pot of basmati rice. I did 1 part rice to 2 parts water. I'm going to let that boil until the water's at the level of the rice. Then I'm going to put the lid on and let it simmer on low for about 18 minutes. Here's that sausage after it's been cooking for a little while. You can see how kind of golden brown it is. Some parts are a little burned, but that just adds a little flavor, doesn't it? We'll use that oil to help cook our chicken. While that sausage cooks, I just wanted to show y'all what I did with this chicken. I just cut it up into little pieces, seasoned it with salt, black pepper, cayenne, and paprika for coloring. You can really use whatever type of blackening spice or Cajun spice blend that you might have in your cupboard. Any of that will be great. What we're going to do with this chicken is we're going to brown it in the fat that's been rendered out of that sausage. That's going to add some really great flavor and color to the dish, and will make it so much more enjoyable than just using butter or olive oil as the base. One trick that I like to do is, instead of dirtying lots of different bowls, I just go ahead and season it right on this board. It's dirty anyway. I'm going to have to clean it and throw it in the dishwasher, but it just kind of helps limit the amount of cleanup at the end. Doing this makes it a much more friendly weeknight meal idea. What we're going to do with this chicken is go ahead and put it in that pan that the sausage was in after we take it out. I am going to cook this chicken in 2 different batches just so I can get some nice color on them. If you put too much chicken in the pan, it's going to steam more than brown, and so you won't get quite the coloring that you're looking for, that I'm looking for. But feel free to experiment, do whatever sounds good with you. It will take less time overall if you go ahead and just put it in the pan all at once, though. If you take anything from this recipe, take this away. If you want some really good browning on your chicken, whenever you put it in there, try not to mess with it. The more you mess with it, the less browning you'll get. What I did with this is I put it down and I let it sit there until the white was almost to the top. I would say each of those pieces were about 75% cooked at this point before I flipped them over, and that's going to ensure that you have a really nice coloration or browning on each of those pieces of meat that's going to lend to the flavor of this dish. Now that we have that chicken cooked and moved out of the pan, I am going to grab this lemon that I sliced in half, and I'm going to go ahead and put that in this ripping hot pan, and I'm going to try to caramelize the cut ends. What this does is, lemons are pretty tart, but they do have some simple sugars still in them. And so what this does is it makes the lemon juice just a slight sweeter than what it typically is. This is going to add some flavor at the end after we mix everything together. That's going to blend the kind of greasy or fattiness of the sausage in with the kind of brightness of the veggies. And it's going to make this dish really, really good. Now, after I have those lemon pieces all browned and put over there in the bowl with all the meat, I went ahead and just put those veggies in that pan. I'm kind of looking at this time to see, okay, do I need to add some fat to it? And I ended up adding in just a little bit of ghee. You can use olive oil or butter for this. Pretty much whatever you can use to lubricate the pan to keep everything from sticking and burning to the pan is what you can use. When I add these veggies, things that I'm looking for are what the temperature of my pan is. Is it too hot or cold? You can see this is in the way that the veggies are cooking. Are the veggies cooking very fast where they're burning, or are they caramelizing? So with this recipe, you don't want the veggies cooked to total caramelization. You want a little bit of crunch to them to add a little bit of texture. And while you also cook them, you want to scrape the pan in order to get some of that nice flavor from the bottom of the pan that we got from the sausage and the chicken. Now, once all the veggies are cooked to your liking, you can go ahead and add the chicken and the sausage back in, mix it all up, get everything warmed back up together. And this is the time that you can go ahead and get either one half or both halves of that lemon that we caramelized earlier and squeeze that over. And it just kind of brings the dish to that extra level that we're looking for. So now, after we have been able to mix all of the veggies and the meat together, you can get your bowl of rice, stick that on top it with any extra hot sauce that you have, maybe it be Tabasco or Cholula or something, and just enjoy with your family. This is one of those meals that I think it ended up taking me about 30 to 45 minutes to make, and it made about 6 servings, adult-sized servings. So this is something that you can make and have for leftovers over the next days, and it's something that's hearty, healthy, nourishing to your body. Well, I just want to thank y'all for listening if you've made it this far. Thank you for watching and learning more about how to cook whole food based meals for you and your family, and we'll catch you on the next one.